Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm pleased to have you here. My name is Shifa, and just like the title suggests, today we are looking at things that we must look out for or check out during our first visit when we intend to buy a piece of land. Things that you really need to watch out for. So let me just get into it. The first one being first impressions and access to this plot of land. So there's, as you know, in Uganda, you have the main roads, and then maybe you have the ones that branch off. So you need to be able to tell or see that this road is actually accessible by car during maybe a rainy season. Are there any disputes about access? And do you have right of way? Like, is it clear that there's a road that leads to that piece of land? Because a good piece of land with no proper road or access will give you headaches. So you need to watch out, because in case you want to sell it, resell it, you really can't, because there is no right of way. So even in a rainy season, it's actually really good for you to be looking at plots of land if you're intending to buy, because you're able to see whether it is really accessible. Our roads here in Uganda, they're not the best, but we work with what we've got. So you need to be able to tell if you really get by, maybe using a car, a boda. So So next we have boundaries and size. Check the boundaries, visible marks. Right here, what you're seeing is called olwanyi. I'm not sure of the English name for that plant, but it's been used for ages here in Uganda to demarcate where your plot ends, where it begins, that sort of thing. So you could opt for that, or they are, I think, like they are made of concrete. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like something like this here in the video. So you use those to mark your boundaries. So the other thing is size. Are the documents, if the documents are saying 50 by 100 feet, here the unit of measurement is usually feet. So ask for a tape measure and then measure that out. So number 3 is surrounding environment. That is, look around that plot that you're viewing. Do you actually see anybody settling around or next to you? Are there any signs of disputes? Those things come up. Somehow they do. Because let's say the people who have lived long around that area, that property that you're viewing, can actually walk up to you and say, you know what, this is actually a dead end. And is the area actually prone to flooding? Is it swampy? Is it next to high tension electricity lines? Like, you will be able to see, like, look around you and scan the environment for such things. So while you're scanning through for all of the above that I've mentioned and more, the environment will tell you a lot about the future safety and development of that area. Okay, even if you want to set up a business later on, you can be able to tell that, okay, this is actually a good place that I've invested in for both my family and maybe for my future prospects, or for even if you want to resell it. You can be able to tell. Number 4 is utilities and development. So ask about utilities. How far is the nearest water source? That is maybe a well, electricity, the nearest school, the nearest hospital. Is there any development coming up in the area? Roads, markets, all of that. That will tell you if that land is actually going to appreciate in value within a couple of years, and you have actually invested in a good area. It doesn't matter if the road is just under construction. You don't want to find the road already constructed, because that means the price of the land is already through the roof. So you see the road that is under construction, that is actually a good sign that that place is actually a good investment and development is underway. Yeah. So lastly is the seller and documents. Okay, look at the person that is selling you this land and not just the land. Do they have the title or documents in their names? Like, can you cross-check against their ID? Okay, that the names under the agreement and the one on the ID are the same. Are they the real owners? Because brokers come disguised as owners, so you need to check that. Okay, and if in the case of if you're buying a land title, ask for a copy such that you can go and do a search on your own with the land office to confirm ownership. So there you have it, my people. When you're viewing any property, do not be distracted by how green the grass looks, okay? Focus on access, boundaries, environment, utilities, documents, to name a few. These things will actually protect your money, your hard-earned money. So in my next video, I'll be sharing red flags you should never ignore when buying land. Please follow along if you found this video helpful. It actually helps my channel grow, but it also helps push out this information to the people who actually benefit from it. I'll see you next time. Bye.